welcome everybody. It's very gratifying to us that all of you show up at 8:30 on a Monday morning before a show where you're going to be on your feet for the next 3 days probably. And could we ask you to turn the music down, please? Thank you. I'm Ira Mayer, for those of you who don't know, publisher of the licensing letter, Marty Brockstein, executive editor, and our editorial director. Riva Bennett, my wife and partner in the back. Bo Broach, who many of you know, because you probably speak to him on the phone all the time. And Larissa Faw, who writes and edits Youth Markets Alert for us. Terrence Keegan, who's entertainment marketing letter, so we're well represented if you need anything from any of us. You've got our giant-sized bookmarks. I hope you're all reading large books. We thought that might give you an idea of some of the new things we have. On your way out, we're going to be giving you each a CD-ROM. Rather than giving you a package with lots of paper to lug around, we've put the tables of contents, executive summaries, and more, and the brochures on these CD-ROMs for you, so you have one light thing you can take with you. Good morning. Try to keep it easy. I wanted to say a couple of words very briefly about, one is the licensing handbook. Many of you are probably familiar with it. Karen Rogus, where's Karen? There she is. Wrote this 10 years ago, right? Yeah, about that. It's now 12 years ago. It's now in its 7th edition, which literally came back from the printer on Friday. And it was originally done really for newcomers to the business. And what we found was that a lot of major companies were buying them to train their people coming in. They were giving them to their clients, to their vendors, so that everybody sort of had a common language to talk about licensing. So the new edition is here. All the examples have been updated. The numbers have been updated. And thank you, Karen, for continuing to keep it up to date for us. Right. One thing that we're doing new this year that, as I said to somebody before, since Shutters Up Rivers and My Spine, is you may have seen the sign up front, the TLL Daily Advisor. We are actually doing something for free. Riva's holding the sign up there. Yeah. So there are little cards up front. You can take them. Just go to tldailyadvisor.com. Follow the instructions and hopefully you'll actually receive it. We welcome your feedback. It's kind of still in beta, but we are launching it for everybody and we are going to continue to tweak it. So help us tweak. Tweak, we must. The other thing, some of you may be familiar, but the new edition is just out, is our royalty report. You get 10-year rolling averages for all the royalties and 10-year historic data so that you can really point to future trends. And it's actually been one of our best sellers, and we just keep it up to date every year coming back. So any suggestions for it, again, we would welcome that as well, but it is available and Riv will have it in the back if you want to take a look at it here or at the show. This is completely new, licensing metrics. And Leanne Schwartzkopf is here down at the end. Lynn Scott couldn't make it this morning, and Karen was the editor of this report. And this was an outgrowth of a meeting that we were doing for a while, trademark brand licensing. And it was a round table, well, one of these tables, more or less, of about 20, 25 people who would get together and just brainstorm about trademark licensing. There was no formal agenda to the meeting. And the issue that kept coming up again and again over the years was metrics. And we finally said, well, okay, will you all help us develop something? And Leanne and Lynn stepped to the fore and said, yeah, we'll help you with it. And Karen edited it. And we went out and we conducted a survey. Some of you may have even responded to. And then we interviewed, or we didn't, but Leanne and Lynn and Karen talked to a lot of people who shared an incredible amount of information with us. They identified 37 different metrics that people use to measure the success or the performance of their licensing programs. And it's really an incredible report. I urge you to look at it. It divides it into 3 sections. Obviously the financial metrics. I'm going to print my notes here. Brand exposure and impressions, and then brand value and customer relationships, and how you use those. It was interesting that obviously the financial consideration was overwhelmingly important. The revenue generation, 45% of people say that's their primary objective of their program. Number 2 was 24% saying brand or property visibility. And in discussions, very often that visibility comes, you would think, is much higher. And people tend to downplay the dollars. In this economy, nobody is downplaying dollars. Everybody is in the position of having to defend their programs and, in some cases, their jobs. And this is designed to help you do that. So again, I urge you to take a look at it. It's fascinating stuff.